Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be covering some big news from Bitfarms Ltd. They just crossed the 4 exahash per second milestone in terms of their hash rate or capacity. Huge milestone for the company. So I wanted to do an in-depth dive into this recent news. Before we get into it though, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join. And let me know in the comment section below what you think of Bitfarms, how you think it stacks up to some of the other crypto miners in this space, and if you're currently holding shares. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Bitfarms Ltd, specifically related to some news in relation to their hash rate and a big milestone that the company achieved this month. Now, before we get into all that, I wanted to quickly bring up the chart here. And as you can see, a pretty dismal story for Bitfarms along with Hut 8 and a lot of the other crypto related companies in the market right now. They were down about 5.5% during yesterday's session, or 9 cents a share, to close out at $1.56 Canadian. And based on that close, you can see they're pretty much flirting with all-time lows now in terms of their share price. Now I've got a 6-month chart pulled up. I definitely think if you're bullish on Bitcoin for the long term, this is a great buying opportunity, and I've been continuing to add positions to Bitfarms and Hut 8 Mining in my personal portfolio. The January 2025 call options are now available. I've been loading up on those, and I think, again, if you have a long-term view here, this is a golden buying opportunity for anyone who wants exposure to the crypto space. And again, based on this pullback, you can see market cap now sitting in the range of about $320 million Canadian, which in my personal opinion, given the hash rate and the monthly production that Bitfarms is now achieving, is a steal of a deal, not to mention the cash and the crypto on hand that this company has now amassed. Now, as a reminder, and for those of you who are new to Bitfarms and the crypto mining companies in general, Bitfarms operates Bitcoin blockchain computing centers around the world with in-house management, on-site repair and maintenance, while running on low energy costs and long-term contracts. So they've actually updated their corporate website. I'll leave a link in the video description below. And one of the main points of differentiation between Bitfarms versus Hut 8 Mining really is that global reach. They've now got operations in multiple different countries around the world, in both South and North America, and they're continuing to advance and excel their capacity each and every month. And that's actually the article we're going to talk about next up. So this article came out on Monday, September 19th, and as you can see, it's titled Bitfarm Hash Rate Exceeds 4 Exahash per Second, which is a major milestone as it commences production at its first warehouse in Argentina. So we've talked about this development in other videos related to Bitfarms, but they've been building out a massive facility in the country of Argentina. They're planning multiple different warehouses, and they've now brought the first warehouse online, which has increased their overall hash rate or production capacity in excess of 4 exahash, which was a major and significant milestone or goalpost for this company in 2022. So this now marks the 10th mining facility in the 4th country, with Argentinian production beginning. And again, one of the major points of differentiation between Hut 8 and Bitfarms, they've exceeded that 4 exahash per second milestone. And as you can see here, it's commenced production at the first of 2 50 megawatt warehouses, so massive facilities. The initial startup adds 10 megawatts of capacity, increasing their overall capacity within their total portfolio to 176 megawatts. Throughout the remainder of Q3 of this year and Q4, the company plans to light up additional 10 megawatt increments with the goal of bringing online the full 50 megawatts by December 31st of this year. So a huge step for Bitfarms, and that's exactly what the COO, Jeff Morphy, goes on to say. We are proud to start production ahead of plan at our first 50 megawatt warehouse in Rio Cardo, marking our 10th mining facility in our 4th country. Additionally, adjacent to the first facility, we commenced construction at the second 50 megawatt warehouse, which we continue to expect to complete around the beginning of Q2 of 2023. With attractive electricity pricing established last year under an 8-year private party power contract, both facilities are expected to lower their overall energy costs for their portfolio, despite rising commodity costs in the energy market. The initial production of our new farm in Rio Cardo, combined with refinements at some of our Quebec and Washington farms, also pushed actual production past 4.1 exahash per second. So you guys, this is huge. Bitfarms has aggressively built out their capacity. They've been focused on aggressive expansion. That's why they had to sell off some of their Bitcoin reserve to actually fund this growth. They've continually met milestones ahead of target, ahead of budget, and this is a big step in the right direction in terms of increasing their overall hash rate and, in result, their Bitcoin production on a monthly basis. And with that being said, we're going to jump over to the corporate presentation and take a closer look at this new facility in Argentina. So here you can see it's up on their website, 10 megawatts currently up and operational, about 1,750 miners, 155 hash rate or petahash at this specific location. And again, this is only the first stage of a multi-stage build out. And you can see the 10 different facilities up top here, spread throughout Canada, the United States, Paraguay, and now Argentina. Now, if we jump into the investor presentation, you can see a couple of pictures from this facility. So absolutely massive scale here, you guys, industrial scale Bitcoin mining operation. At full capacity, they're expecting upwards of 210 megawatts, which is miles ahead of most companies' entire portfolios, let alone one location. It's what's known as a behind-the-fence stranded natural gas generation asset. They've got an 8-year power supply contract, which really allows them to control their costs. Production has started. Phase 1, we just discussed that initial 10 megawatts of the total 50 megawatts at this specific warehouse. And that's referred to as phase 1. You can see details around phase 2 down here, which is scheduled for the first half of next year. And between these two phases, they're expecting to bring online in excess of 26,600 mining machines at this Argentina location. Now, with that being said, if we jump to the next slide here, you can see they're talking about this vertical integration that Bitfarms has created. So here's a breakdown of the 10 production sites in the 4 different countries. So they've got a big presence in Quebec here in Canada with multiple different locations ranging from 10 megawatts to 84 megawatts, which are currently under operation. And you can see some expansion plans here planned for the end of this year as well. They've got a Washington location in the United States with about 20 megawatts of capacity. Then they've got Paraguay and Argentina, which are currently both operating at 10 megawatts. Now you can see that 210 megawatt goal for Argentina really eclipses the entire portfolio, you guys. When you compare that to any other location, it's just absolutely miles ahead. And that for me is one of the main game changers and one of the big draws in terms of the investment opportunity with Bitfarms. So obviously they've got to track and adhere to various different regulatory and political climates, but if they're able to pull this off, it really should propel Bitfarms into the big leagues and put this miner in the top echelons in terms of their monthly production rates. Now, based on the addition of this new facility, this slide does a really good job of kind of summarizing some of the key milestones. So they're operating now at about 141 Bitcoin per month per exahash per second. So if you multiply that out by 4 exahash, you're looking in the neighborhood of about 600 Bitcoin per month that they're now able to generate. And that represents approximately 2% of the entire global Bitcoin network. So again, a major contributor to the Bitcoin or crypto mining community. They've got 4.1 exahash per second as of September 19th, which is up 82% from December of last year. They're mining in excess of about 17 Bitcoin per day. That's as of the end of August. They're currently holding over 2,100 Bitcoin, and that's after that big sale they made over the last couple of months. So that means the value of their Bitcoin reserve is about $43 million. And they've got a total fleet of miners in excess of 21,600 miners that are currently up and operational. So again, when you start to look at the market cap here, you guys, you consider the cash on hand, the value of their Bitcoin reserve, and their monthly production rate, even their daily production rate, 17 Bitcoin per day, even if you're looking at $20,000 per Bitcoin, you guys, is about $340,000 US per day, which is absolutely mind-blowing. The numbers really start to make a lot of sense, especially if you're bullish long-term on the underlying price of Bitcoin. So with all that being said, you guys, and looking forward, in my opinion, Bitfarms is extremely well positioned to execute on their growth plans for this year and beyond. They're one of the largest and lowest cost Bitcoin miners in the world. They've got that vertically integrated, decentralized self-mining structure or operation since 2017. So they've been around for a number of years. They've got those in-house capabilities. They're vertically integrated. They've got their own wholly owned electrical contract subsidiary. And that geographic diversification really does differentiate them from a lot of other miners in this space. not to mention the proven operational expertise, a strong management team, and the ability to hit these goals and milestones ahead of schedule and under budget on a consistent basis. So for those reasons, I'm really excited about this one. I'm continuing to add to my personal position. I'd be super curious to hear in the comment section below what your thoughts are about Bitfarms Ltd, how you think they stack up to Hut 8 Mining, and if you're currently holding any shares. If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you smash the like button. And if you're not part of the community, McNallie Money, feel free to subscribe. We just cracked the 10,000 subscriber milestone, which is absolutely phenomenal. And with that being said, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.